It just, it
Yeah,
just waits and said, I think I'll do it today. I'm getting on with it. I'm trained. I'm not highly efficient. Slappable. It's the old lady out there with his go kart. Right over there. I'm still talking, I was the big fan of the air conditioning.
It's a little dark.
Thank you.
You look at that, you see.
Oh, look at that. I think it's too much for you.
Yeah.
Really.
Birthdays, you can sign birthday.
Oh, I don't know, go down. Whose birthday?
Mine.
Oh.
Well,
happy
On the side of the road, on this mountain road with a mom, you know, little baby. I pulled over and she got wrong.
Yeah, they need to see the milk up everywhere.
Oh, yeah, big, huh? I did not anticipate Freeport running. I thought it was fixed.
Oh.
I did your parts for several, I never even existed.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you.
Any volunteer to light a candle? Anyone else? One more candle. skin down.
Thank you, Auntie.
Oh, yes, thank you. Many blessings.
Masuk ngerti ini. Ini tikunde.
Before we start our chanting, today we have a small blessing ceremony. As you know that we like to take the opportunity to extend our good wishes and blessings to our friends when they are having their birthdays. So today we have such an opportunity. So let us get together and wish him a birthday boy happy birthday. So I would like to invite our beloved Ron to come forward and then light this candle. Can you kneel down for a moment? So I will let you know when the light. Yeah. So Ron, we prepared this special plate for you. This candle light surrounded by flowers. So we usually offer candle lights to the Buddha to honor his great wisdom, and then we offer flowers to honor his compassion. So when we honor that, we also make determination to grow the wisdom and compassion. And our wish for you on your birthday is to may you continue to grow in your wisdom and in your compassion. And so we deeply appreciate your friendship, your presence, and your jokes and everything here. And you have brought so much joy and so much friendship and to our community. We deeply appreciate that, and we all get together and wish you good health. Okay, very strong health, and may you be stronger and stronger. May your body be healed, and may you have good health through this year, and then may all the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha be with you. So we are going to chant for you. May these blessings be upon Ron, and may Ron receive good health on his birthday, and may Ron continue to enjoy health, peace, happiness, and prosperity. May Ron be well, be healthy, and be peaceful. Bhavatu Sabbha Mangalam Rakhantu Sabbha Devata Sabbha Buddhanubhavena Sada Sutri Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabbha Mangalam Rakhantu Sabbha Devata Sabbha Dhammanubhavena Sada Sotthi Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabbha Mangalam Rakhantu Sabbha Devata Sabbha Sanghanubhavena Sada Sotthi Bhavantu Te. So please touch this plate from the bottom and wish him happy birthday.
Wish you happy birthday and good health. Happy birthday. Dear spiritual friends, let's do our chanting. Please turn page number 5. Salutation to the Buddha.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
The 3 refuges.
Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami.
Next page. 5 precepts.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami, Avinnadana veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami, Kamisu miccācara veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami, Musavada veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami, Suramiraya majja pamadadhana veramani Sikkhapadam samadhiyami.
The opposite page. Affirmative vows based on holy precepts. In English,
Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relationships without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and forgiveness.
the next page. Homage to the Buddha.
Iti piso bhagava arahant samma sambuddho Vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokalitu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattva deva manussanam buddho bhagavati.
Homage to the Dhamma.
Svatkato bhagavata dhammo sangitiko akaliko edi pasiko openaiko pancatang veditabbo vinnuhiti.
Homage to the Sangha.
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatidang shattari purisa yugani Arte purisa punggala Yesa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyat ketang lokasensati.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. The opposite page. Offerings. Offering of light.
Manasaram paritena Dipena tamadansina Tiloka dipang sambuddham Pujayami tamunudam.
Offering of incense.
Gandha sambhayuttena dhupenaham sugandhina pujaye pujaniyam tam puja bhajana muttamam.
Offering of flowers.
Vannagandha gunopetam etam kusuma santapim pujayami munindassa siripada sarorube pujemi buddham kusumena nena punyena metena labami mokkam uppang milayati yatha idam me ayo tatayati vinasa bhavam.
Offering of water.
Adivasetu no bhante paniyam parikampitam anukampam upadaya patiganhatu uttama.
Offering of drinks.
Adivasetu no bhante gilana paccayam imam anukampam upadaya patiganhatu uttama.
Worship of science.
Vandami cetiyam sabbam sambretani supatittitam saririka dhatu mahabodhim buddha rupam sakalam sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
The opposite page. Wish of well-being.
Icceva mancham namaste namaste mano ratenapte yang punyami sandang Vikulang alantam tansanu bhavena hatante rayo.
Reflections on the teaching of the Buddha. In English,
Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made everything. If one speaks or acts with an pure mind, suffering follows like the leaf that follows the foot of the cross. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief.
My make are they. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These forms of sympathy function in the world like the lifting in the wooden cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities, as the smith removes the dross of silver. For one who mindfully develops fondness of kindness, mental defilements are weakened, and the freedom from being seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one seeks this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one seeks this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one seeks this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome everyone for our meditation. So we are going to make an effort to grow our loving kindness and our mindfulness. And we all have these capacities, but we need to hone them, grow them, and develop them. And we are here today to do that. Today may be a little bit challenging physically. So let's try to see, how our mind is reacting to this discomfort. It's also kind of training. It's one thing to have a discomfort in our body, and another thing to have some kind of repulsion towards that discomfort. So in our life, we have developed desire and clinging to pleasant experiences, and aversion and rejection to unpleasant experiences. And this is how usually, we have trained our mind. But let's try to simply see the discomfort and observe it, and then observe the pattern of the mind, and then maybe somehow overcome that habitual patterns. That will be a good training for us. So with that, let us start our practice. We will do this joint practice together, and rejoice this moment that we have decided to come here. We have made an effort to come here, and rejoice that effort, because that's going to benefit ourselves and many others. Our practice that we are doing here is to grow ourselves in order to benefit many living beings. Whatever training we are doing tonight will be so helpful to so many beings. So this is not just for ourselves, but to benefit many living beings. Rejoice that your wholesome decision to come here and your eventual ability to help many living beings. With that, rejoice, make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. I I will make use of this opportunity and grow this loving kindness and mindfulness and make a determination. I will commit myself to this practice now. That determination, let us listen to the sound of the bell and help ourselves to settle in this moment. And then we will also do our chant, Namo Buddhaya, to help further to settle ourselves and calm ourselves down here. Let us come to our body. Just try to feel the posture of the body, how this body is sitting here right now. Just noticing the areas in the body where you feel touch sensations. And noticing the basic outline of this body. Just acknowledging that this body is sitting here right now. We can feel our legs, our palms, our upper body. With this awareness of the body, we can relax our whole body. We can allow our body to completely relax and loosen all the muscles in the body. We are all staying in a very safe place, very friendly place, so we can let go of all the concerns and completely relax our body. Relaxing our belly muscles, allowing our belly to drop to the front. Relaxing our chest and shoulders, simply dropping them down. Even when we have any discomfort, any unpleasant sensations, let us recognize them all. Let us be aware of them. When we are fully aware and observing those sensations, we are not in it. When you are observing, we are not the sensation, we are the observer of the sensations. So we can create a distance between the sensations and our observing mind. Whatever the sensations we are feeling in the body, closely observe them. Be an observer without identifying those sensations as my sensations. Simply observe them as occurrences of sensations. With this awareness of the body, we have anchored ourselves in this present moment, and now we can purposely cultivate wholesomeness in our mind. We can grow and nourish the wholesome qualities in our mind. This is a good time to do it. We will now take a moment to cultivate loving kindness. Loving kindness is the genuine willingness for all people, all beings to be well. Loving kindness is a genuine wish of well-being to all other beings. It is the goodwill of friendliness to us all. Let us make use of this opportunity to tap into that deep capacity in our mind and allow that loving kindness to manifest. Let us open our heart, creating a willingness for all beings to be well. We'll open our heart just like when we see a smiling face of a little baby. A little baby. How open is our heart? Let us open our heart just like when we are petting a puppy, a kitten, or a bird, or any other pet. Let us cultivate this wholesomeness, this loving kindness. We will simply make good wishes to everyone. The more wishes we make, the stronger our loving kindness becomes. We will now radiate this loving kindness and continue to wish well-being to all beings, including ourselves. Let us start this loving kindness with ourselves, with this living being sitting here. We are also the one of the living beings. We will start with this one. Let us look at ourselves as one of the living beings with acceptance, compassion, forgiveness. We will genuinely make good wish to ourselves. May this person sitting here be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us be generous to ourselves. Let us be kind to ourselves. Let us make all good wishes we can make to ourselves. Be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. If you have a particular concern, make a specific wish to yourself, wishing yourself strength and courage, wishing yourself more to receive more help. Just make a specific wish with kindness to yourself. Let us now take a moment to radiate this loving kindness to this whole body. This body has been helping us to live this precious life for many, many years. All these organs, all these systems of this body are even helping us right now. We will genuinely make a wish with deep appreciation. Let us go through different parts of the body and genuinely wish well-being. May these lungs even helping us right now to breathe. Feel your lungs. And may these both lungs and whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digestive system, all the organs of this whole system, stomach, the liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, the whole digesting system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys which are helping us even right now to purify our blood. May this both kidneys and whole genitourinary system, this whole pelvic region be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, spinal cord, brain stem, middle brain, frontal lobe, may this whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, all these muscles, ligaments, and tendons throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. May all these bones and all these joints throughout the body be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body, from the top of the head all the way to the tips of the toes, be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now expand this wish. We have allowed this loving kindness to penetrate throughout the body. We have allowed it to travel to each corner of the body. And now the loving kindness has manifested throughout our mind and the body. We can now expand this loving kindness beyond ourselves to all other beings. Just like a bright light is expanding its light, being full of loving kindness in our body and mind. We will now continue to shine and radiate this loving kindness to all other people. Let us expand this wish to all people who are connected to our life. our beloved family members, our good friends, all these beloved close circle of people, may every one of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this circle of people to everyone else. Let us expand this wish to all people living in this whole surrounding area. May all people living in this whole neighborhood, no matter who they are, let us have acceptance, compassion, and kindness to all of them. May all people living in this whole surrounding area be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us keep expanding this loving kindness, just like we are widening the light around us. Let us keep widening our loving kindness. We will radiate this loving kindness as far as we can. May all people living beyond this immediate area, in all other distant places, may all people living in all different cities, different states, and this whole country, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond this country to all other people living in this whole continent, and even expanding it beyond this continent to all other parts of the world. May all people living everywhere on this earth, may all people, some people are going through fear, anxiety due to conflicts, and some people are going through difficulties due to illnesses. And let us just take a moment to think about all these people. May all people living throughout the world be well, be well, be well, be peaceful. Let's take a moment to expand this loving kindness beyond human beings to all other living beings. We will embrace all animals with our loving kindness. May all animals, from large ones to tiny ones, and all other living beings, whatever life forms there may be, may all living beings, without exception, be well, be well, be well, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. This loving kindness embraces all beings. It is boundless. It is limitless. Rejoice. This limitless love, this wholesome state of the mind. This is a wholesome state, a precious moment that we have cultivated this loving kindness. We have opened our heart, we have cultivated and manifested it. A love that has no limits, no bounds, simply embracing all living beings. Rejoice. With this rejoice, let us now gently bring our whole attention to our breath. We will deepen the calmness that we have developed in our mind right now with loving kindness meditation. We will deepen this calmness, this peace, by simply resting our mind on our breath. In this peaceful, calm moment, you can feel your breath. You can notice the movement of the air happening through the nostrils. You can feel how the body, the chest, the belly, all these areas are changing with the breath. Let us take a moment to closely observe this process. Feel the incoming air and changes of the breath. and feel how the air is going out and you experience relaxation of the body. Just simply rest with this awareness of the breath. Keep watching this process. If you wish, you can lengthen your breath a little bit to have more awareness of it. For next few minutes, let us be with the breath. Rest with the breath. patache nidukha bhayam patantache nibbhaya sukam patantache nisukha Hontu sabbepi panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Let us gently come out of our meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation in our life. Let us feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to whoever helped our meditation tonight. Let us feel grateful even to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including this chair, the cushion, and this fan, and this device that helped us to connect to this meditation from home. With deep gratitude to all people and all things which made this meditation possible for us today. Let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And to open?
Please.
Yeah, I think it was a real practice, right? I think it's for a good reason, and we call it a practice. Whenever we practice something, we are training ourselves to ourselves, and we are gradually, developing ourselves. So when you practice, we don't expect ourselves to perform the best, right? Because it's a practice. So the more we practice, of course, more we will be good at it. So there's a good reason, that we call this a practice. So I'd like to, hear from you. How did you manage today?
Bhante, I found that like making the acknowledgement of the recognition, giving just saying, I notice you, I see you, thank you, and not trying to get rid of it, but thanking it and welcoming it actually kind of makes it sit in the background.
Mm.
And, so you know it's there, but it's not nagging at you.
So acknowledging it and then recognizing it and then observing and accepting it can help us not to be disturbed by it. Right? Yeah. It's an interesting ability, we should train ourselves to develop, even like most of the time whenever we are going through any type of experience, any type of sensations, and we are in it. We are going through it, we are in it. But the moment that we become aware of it, we start to like observe it and notice it, witness it, is there, but somehow we kind of rise above it, and we are observing it while we are going through it, and then so there's a different way that we feel it. It's not easy, but it's kind of switching of the mind to a different mode. So it's like it is like when we are in the river, we have been carried away with the water by the current. That maybe we are going through an experience, going through a sensation, going through an emotion. It's like we are flowing with the water. But maybe we can sit in the bank of the river.
That's what I do. I envision I'm sitting on the bank, and when we're going through it, I'm just observing everything slowly. And it just reminds me of the impermanence of everything.
Yeah. And also creating a different relationship, with those, whatever emotion, whatever sensations, whatever experience that we are going through. So it's an important skill that we can develop, by like quickly. We can decide either to be in the experience or like come out and, like become the witness of that experience. We can, like if you want, we can swim in the river, and maybe we develop this skill. If you want, we can sit on the bank of the river. and of course, we will not be able to stay in the bank, continuously. Sometimes we just jump into it and go through it and have pain and suffering, and then again, again we come back to the bank, and again we will be, we'll be back in the water. Again, we can come back, so we can do that. Okay. So actually, the simile that I was planning to share with you also has some relationship to that. But simile is actually about how to deal with speech, how to deal with the unpleasant speech of others. That's a very common thing that we have to go through, right? And most part of our relationships with others are done through our verbal communication, right? Much of our relationships are about communicating verbally, right? Of course, we also communicate non-verbally. So it's a big part of life, big part of our relationships. Suppose men were to come along carrying lac, L-A-C, lac, like a color, A person come along carrying lac, lacquer, paint, yellow opiment, indigo, or crimson or different types of colors. So imagine that a person were to come along carrying, different types of colors with a brush, and then he's going to do something. He said, I will draw pictures. I will paint. I will paint pictures in space. Not on a surface or any board or anything, on a space. I will make pictures appear on a space with this brush and the colors. And Buddha asked, what do you think? Would he draw pictures in space or make pictures appear in the space? What do you think? If someone come with the brush and the paint and he want to like draw some painting and pictures on the space, would he be able to draw? No. And the monks answered, no, Venerable Sir. Why is that? Buddha asked. And then the monks answered, because space is formless, space is featureless. It is not easy to draw pictures there and make them appear. The man would reap only a share of weariness and disappointments. So he'll only get tired, and he will only get tired. He will make effort, but he will only get tired, and he will not be able to draw any picture or any painting on the space. He will only get tired as a result. And then after giving that simile, and the Buddha said, in the same way, there are 5 aspects of speech by which others may address you. 5 aspects. These are the 5 aspects: timely or untimely, true or false, affectionate or harsh, beneficial or unbeneficial, with a mind of goodwill or with inner hate. So these are the 5 aspects of a speech. And a speech that we hear can have these aspects. And others may address you in a timely way or an untimely way. Other may address you with what is true or what is false. Other may address you in an affectionate way or a harsh way. They may address you in a beneficial way or unbeneficial way. They may address you with a mind of goodwill or with inner hate. In any event, you should train yourself. Our minds will be unaffected, and we will say no evil words. We will remain sympathetic to that person's welfare with a mind of goodwill and with no inner hate. We will keep pervading him with an awareness imbued with goodwill, and beginning with him, we will keep pervading the all-encompassing world with an awareness imbued with goodwill equal to space, abundant, expansive, immeasurable, free from hostility, free from ill will. That is how you should train yourself. Okay. I think you are familiar with receiving these words, speech from others, right? I like this aspect of timely and untimely. Sometimes people may come and they want to tell a very important thing, but they just tell us in the wrong time. Right? And it may be really important. We need to talk about it. It's really important, but somehow they don't have any sense. And they may just talk about it on an untimely manner. As soon as you get home, and they will start this topic even before you get some rest, right? So those things can happen. So, of course, when you observe the precepts, I think you remember that, when we observe the precepts, we commit to ourselves that we will, being aware that words can create suffering, I got to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Right? So those are the 4 aspects there actually. But then Buddha has added one here, that is timely or untimely. So we may hear words from others, affectionate words, harsh words, beneficial words, unbeneficial words. Sometimes they may speak with a good heart, sometimes they speak with a malicious heart. And sometimes they will tell us the truth, sometimes they may tell us lies. Sometimes they may talk to us in a good time, sometimes they may talk to us in a bad time. So when these things come to us, the advice here, try to make your mind like a space. That person who want to paint, draw something on the space. So the people are trying to draw something on us. They may want make some mark. They will try to paint the picture. He should be like a space, like a space, right? Yeah. Anyway,
if someone come to angry him,
yeah, make him angry. Yes,
at that moment, ability to be like a space.
space. Yeah.
Is that?
Yes, exactly, Bante. Yeah, like a space and almost like nothing hits you. I think it's I mean, of course, this is a higher training, but what we can do at least not that person, not give the whole right to the other person to draw whatever picture he wants to draw. Maybe we at least control that. If we cannot make ourselves a space, but try to even minimize. So how we can do that? That's a challenge actually. Here, there's guidance in this very passage. How, as someone is someone is telling you lie, that person is telling the lie. Okay. So how you handle that? Will you let that person talk continuously, or will you stop? Huh?
Depends on the person.
Yeah, depends on the.
My child. If they're not, there's somebody else.
It depends on the person, depends on the situation, right?
My question, what's your source?
Hmm?
I might question what's your source?
So we can interact with that person, but what's really important is try to maintain this sanity within ourselves. That's the key. How we can do that? When someone is using harsh words towards us, how we can maintain sanity without being disturbed by it. There's some hints how we yes.
You can't get angry if you have a smile on your face.
So we can physically fake a smile.
Make a smile.
Okay.
And this works too.
That's a good technique, actually. Yeah, definitely. And of course, our facial muscles and our body impact our mind impact our body. But if we initiate something with the body, definitely it has an impact on the mind too. So you are suggesting that maybe we create a fake smile, and then that will help.
It unnerves people tremendously when they're lying and you just smile from ear to ear. It makes them crazy.
But our goal is not to make them crazy. Right? Yeah, but
To stop.
oh yeah. Yes. And so there's a hint here actually. We will remain sympathetic to that person's welfare with the mind of goodwill. if we realize that, if someone is using harsh words, if someone is lying, and if we know that, and of course, harsh word is coming from that person. So I think the guidance is like not really focus on exactly what that person is telling us, but try to focus on the state of the mind that person is having. If someone is using harsh word, bad words, it is not just. I mean, he is not having a good time. Like his mind is not a happy mind right there, right? He's going through such conflicts, some tensions, some pain and hardness. So he's suffering. He's suffering right at there. If he's lying, it's also like depriving his own, goodness, his own virtue, his own integrity. He has degraded himself further down, from his, humanity and goodness. So the guidance here that not focus so much on these words that are coming out from that person's mouth, but I mean somehow try to be sensitive to the mind of that person and develop, compassion, sympathy. I mean, this person is suffering, and this person has a long way to go, right? And so that way, you'll be hearing all, painful, all harsh, all unpleasant words. You will feel that unpleasantness. But somehow you also have, you have one hand, you have unpleasantness, discomfort, but on the other hand, you also have more deep understanding that this person is in trouble.
And that compassion is the smile. Just as the smile. It's about that compassion within someone.
Yeah. And truly, that person is in trouble. He has issues with communications. He will definitely, going to, meet all kind of, challenges and pain. And one thing, remember, there's a Jataka story. There was a, big bull, who was well built, and but he was very kind and calm. And there was a naughty monkey who came and tried to play with him, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't even use his horns, to push him. And even because he doesn't do anything, he even started urinate on him. And but he even didn't do anything. So the other, other cows and other bulls, came and told him, "Why you let that, monkey to do all, crazy things on you? Can't you teach a lesson?" And he said that it is his nature to urinate, and it is my nature to bear and patience. I'm developing this patience. But then he said, the others told him that when he is going to learn, when he is going to be a good person, and he said, I don't have to take that burden, because when he's doing these things to me, he will get this habit, and he will go to other bulls and try to do the same thing, and he will learn lesson from those bulls. I don't want to get the burden to teach him. He will learn his lesson from other bulls, because he may think that all other bulls are the same, right? So in the same way, I mean, the person is speaking, bad words to you, lying to you, and so he's in big trouble. He has communication issues, and definitely, I mean, you don't have to take the burden teach him. Maybe you can have a compassion towards him, but not try to teach him a lesson. Because when we try to teach others a lesson, in that process we'll lose our own, sanity, our own goodness. Of course, our compassion can teach them, more than punishing them, but they will also get their punishment from others. They are in trouble. So therefore, we should, find a way to develop compassion. So then we can withstand those harsh words, those lying, and going beyond this, apparent, this, outward, harshness, and then see the suffering and of that person. These things.
Lately, I've been thinking one of the best things that Jesus ever said
Mhm.
was
Forgive them for they know not what they do.
Yes, that's a very powerful statement. Forgive them for
Forgive them for they know not what they do.
what they don't know what they're doing, right?
Yeah, that was when they were putting them on the cross.
Mm.
But you can use it with somebody who keeps lying.
Exactly.
Yes. And also one day, it is a good opportunity to observe our mind. So we can realize how our mind is strength.
It's
If,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
so if we receive always good words and appreciations, we cannot
Test
not
ourselves.
just yes,
Yeah, we
ourselves.
cannot test ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yes. So it would be a good opportunity for us to test ourselves and also to practice, right? When they even
Yes.
like use that opportunity to train. Yeah.
We can think how our mind has been developed.
Mm. So, and then it's really interesting point here that so we will remain sympathetic to that person's welfare with the mind of goodwill, and we will keep pervading loving kindness towards him, and beginning with him towards all the world. So and then we will keep pervading the all-encompassing world with an awareness imbued with goodwill equal to space. So the point is here, like let's say someone is trying to irritate us. Someone is trying to irritate us, and if we become irritated, we are like equal, right? I mean, okay, like a kid is trying to irritate other, and he get irritated, and we are in the same level. But if we have this training to like observe our own irritation, but not to like develop it, not to get crazy about it, but then quickly turn our attention and use our knowledge, our training to see this person's mindset, and then have compassion towards that person, and we have kind of expanded our mind, and we have kind of make it bigger, and it's very difficult for the other person like do any change here. And so we will make our mind equal to space and abundant, expansive, immeasurable. So right there you make your mind so big that whatever that person is trying to do is insignificant. It can't make a big change because your mind is so spacious, so big. And as Bante mentioned, it's like our strength. We are so strong inside. It is difficult for the other person irritate us. That famous story, right? I mean, the Buddhist story. The Buddha was invited, and the moment that Buddha received blames, and of course, Buddha received a lot of scolding and blames too. That is one way that whenever we get criticism. I mean, let's say scolding or blames, we always think that even Buddha had to go through it, and who we are, we just it's common. Everyone has to go through. So in that situation, uh, uh, this is a businessman, and that's a business family. They had a family business, and one of his brother became a monk, and is very upset about it. And because he want help for his family business, but after listening to the teachings of the Buddha, he really want to practice, and he became a monk, and he's very angry with the Buddha. Really wanted to like throw his anger. He really wanted to like tell the Buddha how he feel, and use all the power of his harsh words, and blame the Buddha. He really wanted to like scold the Buddha. He think that he deceived his Buddha deceived his brother. So he was afraid of go and scold the Buddha in the monastery. So he made a plan. He invited Buddha to his home for meals. He made an invitation to the Buddha. Would you like to come for a meal? I mean, that was a common custom. Even Buddha, even after becoming enlightened, he continued to beg. He continued to live on community. I mean, so his daily needs were, fulfilled, with the help of the local community. So when he came and invited the Buddha for a meal, Buddha accepted the invitation. But he had a different plan. And he was waiting for the day that Buddha is coming. And then he has prepared all the words that he's going to tell, all the kind of whenever we want to blame, whenever we want to complain someone, we all formulate these words in our mind, right? I mean, we go through the whole conversation many times before we actually meet the person, right? But when we meet and you're having all this conversation, this arguments in your head, but when you meet the person, you may end up being having completely different experience. It's such a waste of energy, right? So we do it most of the time. So he had, has all these plans how we blame the Buddha. So Buddha came, and then he pointed to a seat for the Buddha to sit down. As soon as Buddha sat down, he started to scold and blame and blame and blame. You are such a the person, whatever, it's not reported what kind of words he used, in the discourse, but he started to call the Buddha, using all the harsh words. What actually Buddha did, as you mentioned, not to have a smile, but actually Buddha was paying very close attention what he has to say. But they did not ignore his blames, but they did not react to his blames, but he was completely paying his full attention what he has to say. So he's listening. Hopefully, maybe Buddha was nodding. I don't know. It's not recorded there, but maybe not. Oh, maybe nodding, like really listening to him, like listening to his pain. So he keep on blaming and blaming and blaming and scolding, and you are using these all kind of methods to deceive people. And now I don't have a help in my family, and you are ruining our family. You are such, and whatever, keep blaming, using all the harsh words, and then, but the issue is that because Buddha was not saying anything in return, he was simply like yes, paying whole attention, but without retaliating, without like justifying anything. So the whenever a person is scolding us, if we don't say anything back, it's very difficult for that person to continue the blame. If we say some words once in a while, and then the other person can pick up and have more blames. But if you don't say anything, and it's difficult for the other person to blame. But if you ignore that will make them crazier. But when you pay full attention, but you don't really retaliate, that's an important technique to stop other people from blaming. Yeah.
I have found, like when they would stop blaming me or whatever, and just say very nicely, is there anything else? Is there anything else?
Yeah.
But you have to be sincere.
Yeah.
when you do it.
Yeah, exactly. So he became speechless after some time. Because he was imagining that Buddha will defend like this, then I will say this, but all these plans were, were useless because Buddha was not retaliating. And then there was a moment of silence. Nobody talked for a while. And then Buddha asked a question. Do you get any visitors to your home? Any visitors? And a completely different question. And he was hesitant to answer. But, he doesn't want to look bad. He say, why not? I'm a well-respected person in the community. I get a lot of visitors. And that, okay, that's good to know. Okay, when you get visitors, do you treat them well? And he said, why not? I'm a very polite person, and when they come, I treat them well. I give them, even treats, drinks and other things. And Buddha asked, okay, when you presented these, drinks and sweets and food to your visitors, and if they don't eat them for some reason, what do you do with them? And he said that, oh, yeah, I will eat them later. Right? And Buddha said that all the treats that you gave me since I arrived here, I'm not going to accept any of them. Do what you do to other treats that you are doing. Do what you do to other treats. Like all the treats, all the treatments that you gave me, I'm not accepting any of them. I'm not partaking any of them. So eat by yourself. But by the time, Buddha said that he was also developed some appreciation to the Buddha's ability and Buddha's genuineness, like listen to his and also his ability to not to be upset with that. And of course, at the end, and then Buddha used that opportunity, like when he's quiet, when he's settled, he started to teach more about our mind and everything. And then at the end of the discourse, he also want to become a lay disciple of the Buddha. So, so that's I mean that's one example. How we can handle harsh words. We may not be able to be that skillful at once, but we can gradually use them. If we cannot be like 100%, maybe we can be like 20%, 50%. Like observing our mind. Without knowing, we will say something in return. Oh, okay, that's making the things worse. Let me observe it. Let me listen to it. Let me have compassion to that person. And then you will miss again. You will do something crazy, crazy thing. Then you will come back to your sanity. And so you can. That will be the practice that most of us. That will be the thing that we'll be doing most of the time. But to the extent that we are able to be aware, we maintain mindfulness and this compassion, and we will reduce the damage, and we will reduce the suffering that we experience, and we'll also reduce the suffering that others may experience. So it's about being smart. So make your mind a space, vast like a space. Anything drawn is not staying there. You don't carry, you don't harbor, you don't remember the specific words that they say. Just make like a space. Yes, yes,
It's just fortunate. I don't have a lot of interaction with someone that's attacking me or lying to me so much as someone being angry at outside things or frustrated at outside things and wanting me to join in and go, yes, that person is terrible. Yes, this situation is wanting the other person wants you to join their outrage to feel heard. And I find that very difficult to
it's a very good point.
have
Actually,
that solidarity with that person while also maintaining some equanimity, not saying the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I
that's very common. I think it's a very good point. Like many people want us to be wants us to like blame the other party with them, right? And also like it's whatever things happening in the country, around the world, and we want opinion. People may have certain opinions, and they want support to those opinions. So it's challenging, yeah. But I think if we can distinguish, we may be like we may not approve those actions of those parties that just they are blaming them, they are scolding them, they are hateful to those actions, and we also don't approve them. So showing our disapproval is one, but being hateful is another. So maybe that will be a good opportunity, like okay, join with them and show your disapproval, but at the same time maybe help them to understand, like help understand why these people are doing these things. Not because they are completely crazy, but because of their circumstances. How those. But at least maybe just show our disapproval without hate. It is a very skillful thing. Maybe just being with you, they will gradually learn to disapprove without hating. That's a difficult thing. Instead of you learning the bad thing from them.
thank you. That is,
Okay. Yes, Melissa.
Okay, I hear you say that you can disapprove without hating,
Hmm?
but until you've reached a point where you can create enough space, I worry that there are some really hurtful things that get said, and even when you have a deep understanding that this person is hurting, it is still a pain that can be absorbed by you, which then can be projected onto other people. And I'm just wondering, other than like keep practicing, it's like how.
You mean like, I mean, he's talking about like, maybe political issues, something happened in the world, and they are blaming, and then they want, they want you to be part of it. So are you talking about same thing, or maybe just the interpersonal relation, interpersonal
I think
relation?
more
Interpersonal.
relationships, like even just like kids at school that are bullying another kid.
Yeah,
You know, it's like you want to show disapproval without being hateful,
yeah.
but if you don't have enough practice to be able to create space,
And you will,
how do you keep yourself from absorbing this pain that another person is projecting so that you don't continue to project pain? So there isn't like a path of pain. It seems very difficult to stop sometimes so that you don't become emotionally abused.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, definitely. When you see such a thing, yeah, it will be challenging, if you don't have. That is why, having, this kind of training, what we are doing every Wednesday night. It's like developing this skill little by little, little by little. Yeah. But one other technique that you can do actually, before we say anything like, impulsively, we can develop a habit that quickly in our mind, we say that like, may you be well and happy. Like, because if others are well and others are happy, they will not be angry. Right? They're angry because they are not, well, and they are not happy. Right? So, before you develop your thoughts, and you can just, like, you may not feel like telling them be well and happy, but you don't have to feel it. You just can say it in your mind. Like, repeat these words: be well, be well, be well, be well and happy, be well and happy. Just say it. Just like, creating a fake smile, it can affect. Just say it in your mind: be well and happy, be well and happy, and then just, I hate you, be well and happy, well and happy. Yeah, it will switch, but saying it, can at least save us from being hurt. Say, like a protective shield. Be well and happy, be well and happy. Actually, you are mainly protecting you than the other person. But we are genuinely wishing the other person, but it will invariably help you. Okay, thank you. Sorry, we have passed our time, but thank you for your contribution and discussion. Let us remember the space. We can make our mind like a space. That's a good thing to remember. So let us now go to the other part of the program, and it is time for us to share all the goodness, all the good merits that we have generated here. Let us think about our departed relatives, our family members. Let us be grateful to all of them and share these good merits with them. And may they all share these merits. May they be well, happy, and peaceful wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. Etntavata ca amhihi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata's great wisdom and determine to be heedful. We will now do the blessing chant, wishing you all blessings for your good health, for your healing, and for your peace and happiness. May you all receive these blessings. We will maintain loving kindness mind throughout this chant, generating these wholesome vibrations. And may you all receive these blessings and may be blessed with strength and courage and wisdom to overcome all the difficulties in your life. And especially today, we want to extend our blessings to Ron, wishing him happy birthday, good health, strength in his body and mind, wishing him all the good luck. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya manta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamincha sakko jocha sujocha suvacho chasansamudu anatimani santosansakocha subharocha ampakitcha Sallavukavutti santrindriyo ca nipako ca ampegambo kulesu ananugindo nachakudam samacare kincena vignyo pare upavadeyong sakino vakemino hontu Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta ye kecipan bhutanti tasavata varava anavasesa dighava ye mahantava majjima rasansakanukatula dittava eva additta ye ca dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhave siva sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta pero parang nikumbeta nati mannit kanta chinang kanche vyarosana patigha Sanyananyamanyasya dukkamiccaya Matayatani puntang ayusa eka punta manurakke evampi sambhabhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang mettang ca sambhalokasmi मान संभावये अपरिमाणं बुद्धं अदोचतिरियं असंवादं अवीरं असपन्तं तिष्ठं चरं निसिंहो वा सयानो वा यावतंस विगतमिन्दो एतं सति Aditya Brahmametang Viharang Idamaho Ditting Anupagam Silvadasansanena Sangpanno Kami Suvinayagit Nahi Jatu Gamba Seyang Punareti Tena Sanchavanjena Sotanti Te Hotu Sambhadaye Tena Sanchavanjena Sambharogo Vinasansatu Etena Sanchavanjena Hotu Te Jaya Mangalang Sambhitiyo vivanjantu sambharogo vinasansatu mate bhavantantarayo sukhi digayuko bhavatu sambha mangalang rakkantu sambha devata sambha buddhanubhavena Sada Sotanti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sambha Mangalang Rakkantu Sambha Devata Sambha Dhammanubhavena Sada Sotanti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sambha Mangalang Rakkantu Sambha Devata Sambha Sanghanubhavena Sada Sotanti Bhavantu Te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during the last few days. An opportunity that you had to be kind to someone, to help someone. Just recall such an incident. We will rejoice these opportunities to be kind to others. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds. Appreciate in the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds. Wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds. Resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds. And gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever help or kindness we receive from others. During last few days, you may have received some care, love, kindness, or help from others. Recall to your mind such a moment that you receive some help or kindness from someone. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day,
On this
or
day,
in the past, if I have seen or heard
I have seen or heard
of the kind deeds done by others
how deeds that were
with their body, speech, or mind,
their body, speech, and mind,
whether great or little,
whether great or little,
here before the Buddha,
before the Buddha,
I call to mind
I call to mind
those kind deeds,
those kind deeds,
and let my heart
and
rejoice.
let my heart rejoice.
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
being always ready to praise kind people
being always ready to praise
and
God.
follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world.
appreciating that many are
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
bring safety and happiness to many living
bring
beings.
safety and happiness to many living
May the
beings.
kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
foster gratitude and fellowship amongst men.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
nurture goodness in me
nurture goodness in
and many living
and
beings.
many living beings.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today. It was a nice practice. Thank you everyone who joined over YouTube, and appreciate your participation, your comments, and we will meet again next Wednesday. Okay, so there are